Things of that nature, things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself. Oh,
Welcome back to another session live right here on Things of That Nature. I'm one of your hosts, Doc Madness, aka Think Dose, and I'm here with my knocker thing Uno, Chef D in the
What's up
house.
with it?
Tonight we got a message that's on every artist, creator, and entrepreneur's mind that needs to hear. But before we get started with that, as always, was good, my guy.
Hey man, I ain't gonna complain. Chilling, chilling. Had a lazy day, man. Got up super early because the games and all that. Had to watch my
Yeah,
boys pull out horrible yet wonderful victory.
man.
I'll take the dub as long as you take the dub, right? Whether it's ugly, pretty,
I
in
know because I
between,
sure
man.
would
I
like
take
the dub on our side, but like I said,
yeah,
we losing
y'all.
them left and right, man. So
Yeah, they
that's
dropping like flies over there in
but we
Frisco,
still
man.
gave a fight though. That's the thing, man. Like I
Yeah,
said, we
but you know
acknowledge
what? What's crazy? But y'all 4-2,
that. I know,
so
I
it
know.
ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
not
a
like
long
it's,
time
it's
for
a
our
long
bye
time.
week though.
I know. Oh,
We
that's
got a long
long.
way. Another 7 weeks
Yeah.
for that bye. So
Yeah.
definitely my dude. But yeah, definitely, man. Today, man, we got something special, man. We're gonna be doing um something well as we always do, man. We always bring a different theme topic and go ahead and start from there. But today it's a little different, man. This is something that's gonna embody not just music, but it's gonna embody everything, just the whole creator idea and mindset type of individual. So that's anybody as an artist and music, any type of platform. We're talking about, graphics as well, entrepreneurs, basically that type of stuff, man. Because what we're talking about here is like from clout to connection, right? And what we're saying here is like it's new rules on building real fans. Um, and it went from before rubbing elbows and getting to know people, and that was your way of kind of like the inner circles and getting invited to those special gatherings where you get to rub elbows, man, and exchange contacts, and people get to know what you're doing and why you're here, and it's everybody embodying that same thing. So it was more like that. It was like, hey, man, I seen you over here. Oh yeah, man, I remember you. You was over at the Jack the Rapper, or you was over here at the, at this convention. So whatever it may be, that kind of like held a lot of weight in the industry. Whereas now, and like I said, that's what we called the clout, right? You got to know a lot of people. You got clout. Like if you were in the neighborhood and you had a hot single, or you were known as that guy that could battle, or that was the clout that carried your name, right? Whereas now, it's more about the connecting, um, following. It's more about just, hey, you know what? Follow what I'm doing. Show me. Let me see what you're into. Let me display. So there's no separation, and basically what we're doing on this segment is bringing that all together. It's like in 2025, there was a rise and then the crash of the lifestyle era, right? It's like it's not all about followers anymore. It's all about connection. And then we go, it's this evolution that goes back and forth. So what we're talking about here is longevity or virality, right? Purpose over popularity and legacy over likes. So that's kind of the thing that you look at on both sides of the spectrum that I'm going to want to go ahead and cover and talk about and basically get over on the topic on this one, my guys. So stick with us, man. Uh, it's going to be a doozy because, like I said, man, I got love on all aspects because of seeing it, being active in the music scene and watching it and knowing how things used to move, how they transitioned, and then how they're moving now, and what constitutes a good song, a good record. Those are two different things. What constitutes you being um, one of those greats, right? Or even somebody that is successful because well, we'll get into that. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and open up too many cans of worms, but we're just going to talk about that because success is different now than it is before. Like I said, it was, you sold a million copies of your music in any form back then. It was a big deal, and now it's like it's not anything because of what streaming and how the devaluation of music. So we'll get into all of that, man. But before we jump into all of that, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break because, as we always do, we like to go ahead and plug in all our segments. So here we go, y'all.
What's up with it, folks? Tapped into things of that nature, where we blend beats, bites, bold talk, and that elevated mindset. It's one of your hosts with the most, Cal Grizzly, the chef most of the time, Chef D, Left Coast Kings. Thing Uno, you dig it? And I'm about to plug the segments that keep the show flavorful and full of truth. First up, Session. All things music. From underground heat to mainstream moves. We break down what slaps, what's slept on, and what's shaping the sound of the culture. If it's got soul, we listening. Next, we're whipping up that dope. We're putting something good in your belly. Our culinary corner where flavor meets storytelling. Whether it's a backyard banger or a gourmet twist, we talking recipes, rituals, and the roots behind the plate. Then we get raw with unfiltered combos. No script, no filters, just real talk. We dive into the uncomfortable, the hilarious, and the necessary. If it's on your mind, we're expressing it. Now let's elevate with Stone Not Stupid. Our 420 segment that's all about conscious cannabis culture. We're breaking stigmas, sharing stories, and keeping it smart while staying lit. Inside of that, we've got Strain of the Day, today's featured flower, with flavor notes, effects, and the vibe it brings. Whether you're sparking up or just curious, we got the rundown. And if you're wondering what's in rotation, we've got what's in your playlist. A curated drop of what we're vibing to right now. Tap in, add it to yours. Let the music move you. Now, every Wednesday at 1 p.m., we go live. Sports talk, baby. Breaking down the plays, the players, and the pulse of the game. From the battlefield to locker room drama, we keep it sharp and spicy. And don't sleep on the session live. Every Sunday, 9 p.m., we go uncut with live music, talk, guest drops, and real-time reaction. It's the heartbeat of the culture, y'all, and you invited. That's the lineup. Each segment has its own flavor. Put together, though, man, it's a full dish. So stay tuned, stay curious, stay tapped in. It's things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself.
It's gotta love it, gotta hate it.
I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, always. Anyhow, man. Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah, welcome back, y'all. We was there, we seen y'all, yeah, but y'all
Okay.
didn't see us. But anyhow, yeah, stay tapped in, man. We got a lot in store. We got a lot coming up, everything left to right. You name it, man. Sports Talk Wednesdays is off the hook, man. So gotta stay tapped in on that one.
Y'all
Uh,
missing out, man. Especially when Unc pulls up on us. It's
yeah, yeah, it should
something
be a
different.
fabulous one this weekend because there's a whole lot going on. We got the what I'm saying, everything that's ending, starting, championship rounds and stuff. So yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
into
man.
that, man. So tap in on 1 p.m. Sports Talk Wednesdays live, things of that nature. You owe it to yourselves. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get started, man, with this. Okay. So basically, I got a question for you, D. Just so I can see where your mindset is at on with this one. What do you feel, man? More important right now, as in today's, not what you know and how things transitioned or whatever, but right now, because there's also a change that's going on right now. That's the whole reason why I brought this up. But do you feel it's more important to have like a fan base, or is it more important that you have people that are following you because they're seeing a lifestyle?
My personal opinion.
Mm,
My personal opinion.
right.
Man, as an artist, you want fans. You
Okay.
want people that are buying your. I would think you would want people purchasing or supporting your music, not your lifestyle, because your
Right.
lifestyle could be some.
Definitely.
I
Definitely.
mean, I mean, you look at most artists in the past. The lifestyle was always something that came out later, right?
Mhm.
Came out
Right.
later, right? And that
Right.
didn't. And you might not agree with the lifestyle, but music was like you were a fan of the music, right? It's not your. Who cares if
Right.
we? Why are we so fucking nosy, bro?
Good question.
It's,
That's
it's like we're
that's an excellent
too,
question, actually.
as a people, just as a people, we are too nosy. We worried about what everybody else is doing and
Mhm.
what they got going on. And hoping and wishing that was you when you can be doing your own. Like
Right.
we have too much following. As
Mhm.
much as we tell you to like, share, subscribe, and follow, it's a little bit. I think it's I think it's too much and it becomes real shallow. So
Right. Right.
so you
I
can that's just like what I think when we offer or extend people to come here. And I think one of the first things they probably do is go check to see what kind of following we have or how many likes and all that. When it's not, it's the content, man. People can like you and you could be an asshole for real.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not a good like I seen a video the other day. I don't want to bring this up, but this has something to do with entertainment. But they were showing that one guy we don't really like that much that played for the team that I really like a lot. um, they were showing how he like on these occasions where he's treating fans horribly,
Right.
horribly. Like, but yet you'll see other guys who are on that same level, or maybe not so much considered on that level, go out their way just to be kind to somebody
Mm.
and sign that autograph. And
Mhm.
you don't know what that person might have spent every damn dime they had to come see you, bro.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? The least you could do is like, hey, now I can see if someone's just running up on you, but when you
Right.
got a kid, bro, and he says, "Hey, so and so, stop, 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 don't do that," and it's like, "Hey, bro, really? Like, really? Is that how you could have been way?" I know we don't. We all have our bad days, but come on, bro, that was out of
Right.
pocket. Like, and
Right.
then this little kid over here in tears now because his person that he idolizing, even though he shouldn't be,
Right.
not because of who he is, but we just shouldn't be idolizing people, period. Because we all have our own faults, right? Everybody's faulty or something. But anyways, and it's like, damn, now I can't be a fan. How is that kid gonna be a fan of you? He's like, man, he treated me horrible. I don't care what team he's on. I don't you know what I mean? You give a
Right.
certain, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That impression, right? I'm
Right.
meeting my whoever. But so it's like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
I mean,
crazy. People
and
are too
definitely
self-absorbed, and then it's like all about me, and all the attention that I can get and create. But if you have no content or no substance behind whatever you're doing, man, you kind of whack though in real life. You just live in a facade, right?
but see, and that's where the whole thing where it's hurt people's career, and like so we're gonna touch on some of that where because people think that, and you hear it all the time. I mean, it happened to us. We would get with consultants about when we're talking about double SR, DMP, or whatever the case may be. Just as things turn, and you trying to be at that, what I'm saying, with the turn of evolution of how things are being done and its differences and so forth, and trying to just get a even kill on things. And one of the major things that we would constantly hear is that outside of your music and what you guys are doing and your cataloging and so forth and so forth, he was like, you guys need to make, basically bring those people into your life. You know what I'm saying? Like if basically you hear this a lot, right? And I'm sure people hear this all the time as well. Yeah, well, what about the B-roll footage? What about the back, the making of the video, right? And stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, like sometimes that's great, but not all the time because that's the era that we came from. It was more about what the end product was more than the process of getting there or what was going on. Because even on Sports Talk Wednesdays Live, you hear us talk about this all the time as well. It's that I don't give a fuck about what's going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, but I realize society does. And that's the difference because you're chasing something so that way you can have them listen to your music because all of this is stemming from being an artist. We're not talking about the individuals that are trying to be content creators, but it's ironic that it goes hand in hand in this day and age. And you have content creators that are entering to the world of artistry because they're utilizing that into, oh, okay, now that I'm here and I gained a following, I have this following, right? Now let me go ahead and start releasing music because I always wanted to do it. Whereas you have artists that are saying, nah, that ain't what we do. We're not trying to get into that world. That's, leave that up to the content creators and all of those individuals. I just want to have my music. But one thing that we have to realize is this is that when you build a real fan base, It means prioritizing niche communities over mainstream noise. And that right there is not following what algorithm is, not following what the trend is, not following what how many likes this is getting. Because one thing, if you guys realize this, if you're sending and sharing videos a lot to people or music or whatever shorts, if you're not just paying attention to the short itself and the information, and you start getting into the um like the comments and stuff, read the titles of these. A lot of times their titles are just clickbait. It has nothing to do with what you're actually watching, right? Because they're using
Bro,
these
that's the
titles
most irritatingest thing in the world.
because it's cat because you're gonna have something that's telling you this algorithm. They have all um these things that have, oh, services, right? Oh, you need help with coming up with this, or here, let me tell you what's over here, let me show you what, so and so's channel, and how you could read what they were doing and what worked for them, right? They have all of these services that can do all of this. And one of the situations that occur is that now people are saying, hey, if I just drop this in my title, if I do this, it's going to hit different people's ears. It's going to hit different people all around. And then what happens, right? It happens to the point of like, okay, you getting in front of those people. It might say something about dogs and, something, whatever. But when you click on it, it has nothing to do about dogs. Or when you're actually, it's in front of you and you're reading the title, even though you're already watching it because you're scrolling up and down, whatever the hell, left or right, depending on what platform you're on, get to the point to where it's like, damn, bro, that doesn't have nothing to do with it. So if you wanted to go ahead and, what I'm saying, like to me, that's where it's at, bro. It's not about the loyalty or the engagement and the authenticity anymore, bro. It's about just basically how fast somebody can get seen. It's not about how long they're seeing. It doesn't mean the quality is being good. It's a lot of different things that are being taken out of it. So what tends to happen now is that you have artists that need these platforms, independent of social media because of their algorithms, right? And really, it's not even social media anymore, really, right? Because social media started as what, when we first got on the platforms, or I'm not saying when we first got on, when they were first introduced, these were things that you used to keep in contact with people that you knew. That's not local. It
Reconnected with.
so right. It was a social network. It was people, and
Mhm.
then you had the other ones that were separate, that were social networks that were geared for music and artists. They didn't intertwine, even though they operated very similar. They didn't intertwine though, right? Like MySpace, when you think about these, those were social platforms, but they were basically really dealt with services and music. A lot of people were, what I'm saying, like-minded to go ahead and understand that, right? So when you think about sound, not I think it was SoundClick at that time, where people were able to share, and it was the first time where you could actually comment in real time, like on music that was being played. Like, say for instance, you liked a part in a song at the 1 minute 37-second part. You like that bridge, that break, or how they changed the pattern. You can comment right then and there, and it kept your comment. So when other people came across it, it was so that was the first time. I mean, than that, you're seeing comments right that are just there. It's not like specific to anything. So when you start to see it, that's how it was being administered and used. Now though, you got music that's going up against ass cheeks and twerking and dancing and food and Karens and, you know what I'm saying, brutality and politics, and shall I go on and on and on and on and on. So now what they're saying is you have to kind of like give bits and pieces. And I hate to say this, bro, because in artistry, if we're just dealing with that, it's like I don't think that's necessary. But I'd be hypocritical because what are we doing? Right. So it's the same.
Keeping up with the times.
It's because we have, even though I always wanted to do something, it wasn't because, oh, I have to, even though people were like, bro, you should do it. You're pretty good at you know what you're talking about, basically. Right.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you, like whenever we got in conversations, people would say, like, damn, bro, like, thanks, bro, you enlightened me, or you articulated that well, whether it was sports or music, the stuff that we talk about on the show. And that was also just regular fans saying, "Hey, bro, we think that you should do this as well." So when you look at it in totality, it's like you're almost pressured to do it. But is it necessary? Like, I don't think it's necessary, and they're making it a necessity because, you know what I'm saying, that's what people are telling you. Hey, you have to show your life. You have to, if you're getting a haircut, when you go pick up your kids, they want to see
Have
all
to
of these
know
things.
you.
And
You
then
have
you
to be personal.
still gotta promote your music. And then on top of that, bro, you also now what they want is something not just in your life, but they want to see you do something else also. Like if you're funny, they want to see more of it. If you play sports, like if you go to the gym, they want to see more of that. So they want to see you do every facet of your life. You got to highlight two things that you need to follow and then dibble dabble and still comment and jump in and do reactions and other kind of stuff. So it's almost like they're building this to need that. But then you have Discord, fan hubs, private Patreon communities, websites, email listings. Bro, like this, how do you maintain this? And think about it. We're still talking about maintaining to be an artist, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a lot of different hats to have to juggle when
right.
initially you just was an artist, right?
Mhm.
Now you gotta be an artist slash blogger slash whatever else. So
Right.
kind of crazy. Where'd you go?
No, no, my bad, bro. I just
You-
had to close
Yeah,
the
yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah.
People was yelling and all of the
Oh,
extras, bro. So yeah, so I had to get up because my damn stupid ass son don't know how to close a fucking door behind him. So um, but anyhow, back to what we talking about. Gotta love life's issues, right?
right.
Um, but yeah,
Life stops for no
it
one.
doesn't stop. Even when you forewarn, they know it's
Yeah.
nothing new.
Yo.
It's just the mentality of the way. As I said, nothing. That's prime example right there, right? It's whatever is gonna distract you for what you are supposed to remember or what you're supposed to be doing, right? If what I'm gonna say this, right? If I send a link to you, right, and that link is on a song, something I'm releasing, something I'm promoting, you're gonna see that, but then you're gonna also see everything else that comes behind it, right? So when we share links, you don't just see the one thing that you're sharing. What
Yeah.
you see that, and then it's everything else, the reels and the shorts and everything else that comes behind it, right? So you're gonna see all of that as well. So by the time that you get done viewing it, you're gonna only pretty much remember the last couple of things that you seen. And then what's it gonna feed to you? It's gonna feed to you, right? The majority of what that's coming behind it, what I sent you, because that's what you normally scroll. So if you want to call it the algorithm, if you want to call it whatever it is you want to call it, this is something that is it it targets what it doesn't target what you like as far as musically, it targets because you're not constant unless you're constantly listening to music, like say on YouTube, and you're that's a big thing for you or whatever it is, then it's gonna feed you that. But
Yeah.
more than likely, more people are looking at funny stuff or everything else that bombards these social
Yeah.
media platforms, which we'll get into it here in a second because you can still use that to your advantage, right? But it's harder because now you have to now put that you have to jump in and double dutch in that arena. So it's like you have to be a part of it. Like if you want to go and find a country chick, 9 times out of 10, you got to go to a country bar, right? And if you can't go in there dressed like that, you can. I'm not saying, but if you want to mingle, if you want to be looked at, and if you want to have the higher percentile of having somebody or achieving your goal by the end of the night of meeting somebody and hanging out, and you're into country girls, right? So that's like just increasing your chances as you move. So it's the same thing. You have to increase your chances of the likelihood of them stopping for one of scrolling because when you got bouncing asses and You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that on your screen is kind of hard, especially if that's what you look at a lot. Or on the other side, if you're more into like, hey, I'm into philosophy and higher vibration levels and things of that nature, then you're that so whatever it is, that's gonna bombard you more than whatever I just sent you. And that's the problem. Like because of everything that you have to do nowadays, the music is now just become secondary, if not even lower on the totem pole, um, to the things that people are taking their time out to do. Now, if you're an artist, how do you change that? If you're trying to, hey, promote something, you got to just be on it, right? You got to be on your P's and Q's. And I'm gonna tell you this: just by just releasing something and being in this new evolution of the way things are being done, it's a lot. It's a lot. If you don't have a team, if you don't have it mapped out, if you don't already have a plan, so at some point you have to get the experience of going down the road and doing this, and then you're gonna start to formulate what works best for you, right? So, um, it's definitely something that's not gonna go away. We definitely have to take a look at all aspects and how to maneuver through this because social media is not just a tool. I mean, I'm sorry, social media should be a tool. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be your only tool because it's not a trap unless you allow it to be a trap. So you have to gauge it, and that's percentiles, right? So I look at it like this. What I was been doing some research. A good percentage is if you're promoting something, 80% of your stuff should be on the what you're promoting. 20% should be on all the other bullshit that we're talking about. So if
Yeah.
you're an artist, what your page should look like is, hey, I'm an artist first. Then
Music,
I
music, music,
yeah,
music. Whatever your artistry lane is, yeah,
yes,
it should
whatever
be
your
bombarded with that.
creativity
And then
is,
see some
doing right. This is the
shit you're
extra. So
doing
it should
with
be
the
the both.
kids and whatever.
Right, and then the
Yeah,
separate, here's my other stuff in my life. So that should be a like a 8, even a 730. I would even go to say 60-40. But then you're like tiptoeing on leaving it up too much to the public to decide and gauge what 60-40 looks like. So if you keep it, I'm saying in their face with an 80-20 type of split, you'll be able to look at it and be like, oh yeah, this dude or this person does music, right? In some form or fashion. But now, what do you do when it's not that? When you're not promoting? Then I think that's when it should be the 60-40. I don't think you should ever get to a 50-50 because then, like I said, you're rolling the dice. But if you're doing the promotional part at 80-20 and then you roll it back to a 60-40 split, it's going to be evident on your page of what it looks like. Just if you just look at that, right? So if you had 80 quarters and then 20 pennies and then 60 quarters and then saying 40 pennies and did that and keep doing that, when you look at the broader scheme, you're just gonna be like, okay, this dude collect quarters. Or you're gonna be like, hey, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the difference. It's not gonna be like, hey, what is that? So
yeah, yeah.
maybe that was a bad analogy, but that's how my mind works.
I get it.
Right. Oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and take another quick break, y'all. But when we come back, man, we're gonna be talking about the risk of chasing clout, which we did kind of like touch on it a little bit, but we're gonna talk about more and go deeper into it as far as breaking down why it can be dangerous, not just for your career, but also for your own peace of mind. Because, like I said, there's a lot of pieces that move in this I don't know. I don't even know what you want to call it, bro. It's not even business. It's in this cycle of artistry, I guess, because like I said, that's not business. That social media is not business. That's what I'm saying. It's like you still got to handle business. Social media is social media or whatever they want to call it now. So anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, man. Ease our minds. Go ahead and spread some love, man, and catch us on that. But before we go, man, if y'all want to join us, man, I'm dropping the link in there right now in the comments. So go ahead, tap in, man. Click on that. Don't be scared, man. We don't bite unless you ask us to. All right, coming right back at y'all. Gotta love it. Welcome back, man. This will all get worked out here in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all run this whole thing and y'all behind, once again, this is also another reason why I can kill you. Yo, yo, vibe doing this shit, man. Just anyhow, welcome back, man, to the session live with Doc
What's up
Badger.
with
Chef,
it?
man, things of that nature. You owe it to yourself, man. Stay tapped in. All right, man. So some of the risk of chasing this, what we call clout, man. Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and break it down. Why it be dangerous, not just for your
very
career, but
dangerous.
also for peace of mind, man, and how we process things, right? So, your business and brand risk. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Wasted resources on fake success. Once again, we haven't even labeled what success is and how we view success, but definitely it's something that we know it means something different to everybody. But when it's fake success, no matter what, man, you're gonna waste your resources on it, right? Because
Yeah,
vanity metrics, those kind of things, basically likes, follows, impressions, they don't really equal much like income or loyalty, right? If you really think about it, but
nah,
you're gonna use it to your best advantage that you can. But those people, supposedly, allegedly, um, as we seen, you can look at channels, man. They have this big, huge following, bro. We're talking, we can say hundreds, thousands to even millions, bro. And when they drop stuff, bro, you see like 100 likes. You know what I'm saying? Like barely hitting that. Like even platforms that got like 50,000, 70,000 people, less than 100,000 so-called followers or whatever, right? And they're doing stuff, and you'll see that even then they're saying, "Hey, we got these many people, and we should have this many likes. Let's up the like." It's like you're begging people for likes. Once again, I mean that's anybody, right? In this field, us included. I'm just saying and
yeah,
call it a spade a spade.
yeah,
That's why it's bad, because now you're begging somebody just to like, as soon as they like it, they follow, they do all of that. What happens? Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. You still have more work to do. You still got to
Yeah,
make sure that they get to the next step in the process. Is
yeah.
that
How
one
engaged
part?
are you? Yeah, that's just a little piece of it, bro.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. That's just one little piece. That's one little part of this, right? So you got to think about that. It doesn't equal the loyalty. It doesn't equal the income, and that's just to get likes, follows, impressions, and anything that falls under that. So just consider that that is a resource that you're chasing for fake success, because it really doesn't amount to the true term of success, right?
Yeah,
Loss of authenticity, right? So when you're constantly chasing stuff that's out there that's only going viral, you start to water down your own identity. So you're no longer being authentic. You're no longer an original, right? I know we pride ourselves on everything from our brands individually to collectively to the umbrella. Everything is thought process to become and maintain the original aspect. I don't sit up here and have
yeah.
conversations with Chef D about, hey man, I tasted something. You should do something that tastes like this. That's never a conversation that we've had.
I don't like those conversations at all.
Right.
I
So,
don't. I really don't.
right. Our conversations are more based on, hey, guess what I fused. I thought about, I know what these flavors taste like. So this is something I tried. Have you tried this? And these are more creative type of thoughts and conversations. And that's to maintain the original aspect of, hey, this is an us and I or whatever that, entrepreneur investment that's being going on. So that definitely takes away from your brand and identity, and I think fans, I don't know, man, you might want to jump in here. I think fans can sense that, when it's not being authentic. It's,
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
really know, like, hey, bro, like this ain't really what I'm used to.
yeah. Fans know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and your real fans are the only ones that's gonna really tell you the truth though,
Right,
because
right.
you know that you just you'll know. See, that's the difference. People want followers, but Your goal is fans,
Hmm.
because fans are going to be way more loyal than just people
Right.
that you want to follow you, right? Those fans will actually put in some vested interest in what you're doing,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Like we know, like we could say Tech Nine, right?
Mhm.
You could say, well, a lot of people, who is that? And you get people, a lot of people that say, who is that? Even to this day, when he's, one of the best to do it, right?
Mhm.
But his fans, his fans know him. And
Yeah,
whenever he pull up, his fans show out.
definitely, man. I
I don't
mean,
care if it's a large venue, small venue. He
oh,
has real fans, not people that are
right.
just like, oh yeah, cool. No, when people show up to a tech, they're fans. They're real fans, not just because he might be hot on this one song or he's nah. It's
Mhm.
it's different, man. Because you'll see shows with artists who are considered you know internet stuff, and people don't even be at them shows, man.
Right.
People don't be at them. Yeah, you got a million followers, but you can't even sell out a show, or even a a large
Right.
venue, small venue, medium sized venue. You know what I mean? But then
Yeah,
you got
sure
guys
do.
like you got
He
guys
sure do.
like
He
LaRussell,
sells out
right?
stadiums. Shout out
Yeah,
to Fambo podcast. That's true, man. Tech Nine sells out stadiums, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you also
yeah.
do little small shows, man. I've seen them at a
Bro, I
small.
seen him at a small show.
That's what
My
I'm saying. I
first
seen
time
them at
seeing him
my
was at a
first
small,
time
small
seeing them
man.
was at a smaller event. It was a small House of Blues event.
Yeah, we
You
was at the Ace of Spades
know,
420 2015. Ace of Spades, the special effects tour. And he
right?
was at Ace of Spades is a small little joint, bro. It was literally standing room only. You
Yeah,
only
that's
there wasn't, there. I think there was a wall that had some booths
right.
in them, but other than that, bro, you was standing, and it
Yeah,
was
that was the same.
packed, packed,
I didn't
packed,
see him at
packed.
the House of Blues in Sunset. I seen him at the one in Orange County. So
Okay,
it was it was a smaller venue. But man, but anyhow, you are what that just goes to show what we're talking about, right? So you know what you're gonna get. We're not losing that when you go and you tell somebody and they say, I've experienced it, they're gonna have their own experience, but it's all gonna be an authentic like discussion
yeah,
because like, oh hell yeah, I remember it and we did this and he did this and blah 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 happened and it's all gonna be that, right? So that's something that very much can lose or water you down is chasing that, that fake success and that algorithm, right? So that's another
yeah,
thing. And speaking of algorithm, I think another thing is the vulnerability of algorithms. That's another risk. And I'm gonna say this because if your whole strategy relies and depends upon a platform's algorithm, then you really don't own your success because that can be gone instantly. Like that's
yeah.
something that
Tomorrow, 5 minutes
right,
from now.
man, right,
Attention spans is short. It could be a minute and a half from now,
right,
and it's
and
and
it's
off to the next. Right.
and
That's how
it's
we doing it. That's how they set us up
constantly
for.
being bombarded with new stuff for it to adjust because they change whatever this thing is called algorithm, man. Like we don't even know if this is really something that they just invested into telling us and we start believing once again. But this thing that whatever it is that makes it feed to what you like, right? So if that's what they're calling it, then cool. But if you notice, there's not even in music, right? Like if you Shazam something or if you're in Spotify or iTunes or Apple Music, it's sending you new stuff too, right? It's so there's platforms specifically for it, but
Music suggested for you
right. But see, that's so
based on your
subscription,
whatever. Like I get that shit because they'll say, "Oh,
right?
based on what you've listened to, your recent
Right. Or what you
likes or your
search,
whatever." They try
or
to
what you search.
throw stuff at you. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So when you look at it, you definitely want to make sure that it's not your only dependability is by getting that and chasing that because it changes so sporadically. And
yeah.
and we don't even know what the conditions or the parameters are to even
Oh
make something
nah,
happen. LaRusso, Tech Nine, K Reno, Brother Lynchung, Turnout Show.
yeah.
I,
They do, man.
yeah, yeah, they do. That's for sure. They
That's a
do, man.
guarantee,
That's
brother, right
guaranteed.
there. Yes,
I've
sir.
seen all of them except for K Reno and LaRusso, but other ones I've
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, me too. Same
Hey,
here.
shout
Same
out,
here.
man. I'm a K Reno head, man. South Park Coalition, SPC. Shout out to them, man. I grew up listening to all of them, man. Gangsta Nip. So you know, that's and
Yeah.
always we shout out LaRuss on here all the time, man.
Oh
Tech Nine
yeah.
is
He
Just Dudes
doing.
on here. Brother Lynch don't get enough Just Dudes.
I know. I was bumping some of his shit yesterday. I was like, man, him,
know.
G Mac, all of them. Well, I was
Yeah,
slapping yesterday, bro.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
So definitely it's and that's what I like, man. That's music should be felt. And these are people
yeah,
that have fans because you know those are loyal fan bases to everybody. I'm not gonna say you have to be a loyal fan base for LaRussell, and I'm not. This is no knock at him. It's just his style transcends into a lot of
bro. He
different.
he pulls so many different uh
Right,
people in, bro. People who
right,
would never have thought. Like I seen a clip of his where he was talking to the fans, right? Dude told
right,
him, he said, "You are the first hip hop person that I ever really liked." Like he said, and dude was in tears, like talking to him, bro. He was like,
okay,
"Man, you touched me with your music." He
right,
was like, That's why I do what I do." Like, you
right,
know what I'm saying? He was like, this dude said, "I would have never thought to come to a hip hop show."
right, right.
And he said, "And this right here," he was like, "You are my favorite." Like,
Right, and that's what I'm saying is
you know,
he that's what I'm saying, you really don't have to be a fan because he's gonna give you something that's just so original that you don't have to be a fan of his. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying, but, like, for a Brother Lynch,
Oh yeah,
for
you
Tech
gotta be a
Nine, you
fan of
definitely
Brother
have
Lynch.
to, man. You have to be K Reno because he's such a militant mind and a deep thinker that you have to be a fan of that, right? Shout out to
Yeah.
Fam, uh Fam Bo? Yeah,
Fambo. Yeah,
Fambo.
are we saying it right?
Yeah,
Fambo?
I know Fambo. Shout
Fambo
out.
podcast off from the
Um,
East. Oh, okay, for sure, for sure.
East Oakland, but
That's
I
what's
live in
happening.
Abilene, Texas now. Shout out to the big
Okay.
Tejas, right? So and the
Yeah,
big
man.
oh man.
And the
Shit,
East. Oh, yeah, for
getting
sure.
you're getting some good chemistry of music then, bro. So from East O going down to
Yeah.
Texas, getting all of that
Oh,
mix
yeah.
down there, man. So definitely say,
And,
yeah, okay,
and
cool.
yeah, you
Thank
know what?
you.
I could agree
Fambo.
with La Russell being like a newer version of Mac Dre. The way the city embraced him and the way he's got that movement kind of going. Yeah, you
Mhm.
know, I could agree with that. I agree with
Right,
that. He putting on for the V though. That's a for sure right there, man. He putting on for
right.
the V though. Like Vallejo should be proud to the motherfucker. You know, I mean, besides your legends with 40 and all them, but you
Yeah,
know,
he's
yeah,
definitely taking it and
yeah, he got
keeping
the
it there.
torch.
Yeah, he's
He
definitely
got the
keeping it right.
torch
That's always a great thing, man. Seeing the youngsters come up and taking the torch and doing it the right way and not
the right way.
chasing.
Yeah,
Yeah, not chasing. Once again, these are people that we're all talking about. That's not chasing the algorithm.
yeah.
You normally
They're
have to
creating
stumble
it to an
behind
extent.
them, like shows like us. Like the Fanbo podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like these
Sure.
type of shits. This is how you come across things and you share this information. And what are we doing? We are sharing the experiences. You see how the conversations are. It's not the here and now. We're talking about conversations of like D's talking about when he seen Tech. I seen Tech before that. You know what I mean? And then again
You
after
put me
that,
on. You and one of my other partners put me on the tech, man, because I didn't know. I had
right,
heard. The only song I knew was "I'm a Slacker,"
right,
and for some reason I didn't really give it a good listen and didn't want to hear it.
right.
And then the homies was like, "Nah, here, take this CD right here." And then you hit me with the angelic shit, and then it was like, "Yup." And then once Yuck stamped him,
Right. Yeah, part of that
once,
regime. They all regime monsters. So
yeah. So
that's another
when
thing.
you
And
have
I'm
some
with Yuck Mouth. You know what I'm saying? That he is. I
Yuck
am
mouth, one of the top
everybody know,
spitters,
man.
bro.
Yuck Mouth is my favorite MC of all time, bro. I ain't even say, and that's
That's
it's
what's
just so
up.
many different things that he bring to the table that I enjoy. And the
Yeah,
way
Yuck
he
been a
writes,
spitter.
the way he attacks, and the way he just on his you could put him on a song, like I said, with Tech Nine, with Sebos, with all of these people, bro. He's done collabs with everybody. He stands his own because he's got his own way of attacking shit. And I really appreciate that because of how
Yeah.
he comes, man. So Dragon Gang, man, him, Gons, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? That's another one that, I'm sure I really, what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of great MCs out there that just
Yeah.
don't get
They
talked
don't
about.
have that They just didn't get the push, bro. They didn't,
Well,
what did Jada say? There's a lot of dudes out there that get the chance like Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
right,
It,
right,
it, it just, unfortunately, it's part of the game, I guess. I mean,
right,
but that doesn't mean they don't have fans and they don't have people who love and appreciate what they're doing, because a lot of them are still doing it and they have their, you
right.
know,
I mean, that's true. And one of the things that we have to realize is that this is the reason, and even those individuals that we talk about are in the podcast world, are in, like one of the Russell things that he talks about is the impressions, is get leaving like, hey, he has a system that he talks about on how to manipulate the social media world and how to drop. And he has a person, like D, like you, as I know, a team that that follows him, that documents. He has a film person. Shout out to everybody that's on the team that's making sure that he's getting and doing everything that's necessary to feed the algorithm, allegedly, and also to also give the music and give that. So he's working at a rate where he's doing everything. He's doing both. He's making, like, I'm not gonna leave any stone unturned. So the game that he soaked up from everybody else in the Mac Dre's and the Bay game, and then he's looking at that and transcending that into the internet or the algorithm space and this universe that we're in. And he's got that support system that we always talk about that goes a long way. So on to the next thing that I think is a risk, stunted growth. I think that's a big thing that it can be a big risk for your business and your brand, right? Is when you clout chase, you're not really listening to the audience. You're more, what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't matter. It's whatever is moving and how it's moving. You're not really paying attention to getting real feedback. So your innovation dies, right? Like, I think that's one of the big things that a lot of the legends did. They fed off their audience. Like when you listen to the Wu, when you listen to Redman, when you listen to a lot of these individuals, like they they really fed off of doing live shows, meet and greets. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Stuff that came back to
that's
them.
where you get your personal shit out of when you go to those. You
Right?
know what I'm saying? Instead of the, oh, what are you doing now? You don't post nothing about his life. Well, that's because it really ain't none of your fucking business. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So he doesn't like, you know what I mean? Or like the pretend shit, like with his MTV whole thing. He's like, no, motherfucker, that's my house. Kind of still look like that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But like, and people, that's why people love Redman. Not besides being one of the best. I'll put him up there in
Right.
my. I was thinking the other day. I think I got him in my top 5.
Right.
And it's hard to even say a top 5, but I'm just saying he's gonna be one of them few dudes that's gonna
Yep,
get
yeah.
named off of that. You
I
know what
hear
I
you,
mean?
man. It's
Like,
hard. Yeah.
bro,
It's
it's
definitely
just,
hard.
and
Because speaking of top five, not to cut you off, man,
yeah, I see that. I'm looking at this
I
top
love
5 real
seeing,
quick.
all of the comment
Ooh,
and supporting and
Nicotina,
rocking with
Dre
us.
Dog.
Looking at this top five right here, he got Paris in it. First of all, we
Yes,
gotta slow everything
yes,
down, man, because I don't think not too
yes,
many people know about Gorilla Funk Paris, bro. Um,
man.
Everybody's more aware of the Keep the Sneaks, you know what I'm saying? Because he's
Yeah,
still relevant and everything. I mean,
yeah.
saluting, not taking nothing from him, or the Andre Nicotina's
Nicotina,
Dre Dogs that we know
Dre
we grew
Dog,
up
bro.
on. That was Dre Dog, right?
Killer Whale.
Back to the IMP, right? So this is things, man. People that, man, shout out to this podcast, this gentleman, this crew,
Yes,
this team, whatever it is, man,
whatever
because
y'all
this
doing,
man's got
man.
some
Right
good music
on.
around him and he knows his music. So he has a good ear to listen to. So if y'all don't know who Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, Dre Dog, Paris, Keep the Sneak, Yuck Mouth, man, go check them out. That's a
Yeah.
list right there that's gonna keep you plenty busy. And then when you're
Oh
done with
man,
that,
that's a plethora of catalogs.
and then when
You
you're
will
done with
not get
that,
bored. You will
right,
not
you can go
get
ahead and tap
bored.
into what's in your
Yeah.
playlist on our playlist over here on things of that nature, man, because you're gonna get all of that. And by the way, Fambo, you should send in some songs for us to throw on our playlist, man, and
Yeah,
do it
bro.
down for us,
What
man.
is you
We need to
slapping, bro?
Yeah, support each other. Do a drop
Yeah,
for us
yeah,
and
yeah.
check out our what's in your playlist. And you know what I'm saying? We'll get that added. Player.
Definitely.
So anyhow, on to something else that I think is a risk of chasing is which is gonna be definitely is personal and mental health risks now. So we just went over some of the business, you know what I'm saying, and brand risk, but let's talk about a few of the personal and the mental health risks that comes with this, right? It's the hollow validation, right? That cloud offers the attention, but there's no fulfillment there, bro. It's almost like a drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to keep on having it because there's really no fulfillment. You never feel satisfied. It's like, okay, that was cool, but I want the next. I want the next. I want the next.
Is there even a goal for that shit?
There's that's
Like,
why
you know what I'm saying?
there's a big mental health risk at it because you're
Yeah,
gonna drive yourself batty, bro.
trying to stay relevant, and I think that's
Right?
why we see some of this outlandish,
Thank you.
weirdo shit that goes on with entertainers
Right.
just to try to get some kind of. I need to get relevant again. How are we gonna do it? We'll go on podcasts and
Right.
talk shit about people. Like, what? Okay, and
Yeah,
everybody's doing it, right?
that part. That part.
You
And
know,
what comes with that, right? It's just because you feel it's
good, bad, ugly, and the stank.
right, and then you feel it's normal, so now you become desensitized to the good, bad, ugly, and the stank, right? And then next thing you
Yep.
know, it has to be extreme now.
Yeah,
Now you gotta go to extreme measures to get it, and now that's where we're seeing it at. We're seeing it where people are sick of seeing the Karens and the extreme people pranking all the time. Once again, if you do that,
mhm.
you do skits and you do there's
Hey,
nothing wrong with it. I'm
do
just giving
you do your thizzle? But man,
not everybody that's doing it, that's what they do. Everybody's doing it to try to get that attention to stop. Look at me. I call it lames, LAMES, look at me, everybody syndrome. So it's like that's what happens, right? It's you become that person was like, hold on, and you got to give them sing, tap, rap boy dance, sing, gesture. You got to do that just to get them to say, hey, listen to my music now.
yeah,
That's the messed up part of it, man. Because you know,
yeah.
talking about the artists that we have, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have that challenge, right? You got to hear the music and feel the music, right? Music should not only be
That's
heard, but it should be felt. That's
I
the
think
whole thing.
that's a big problem
Uh-huh.
now. Is
Right.
the numbness of the music and
Right.
what's being put out there is so redundant, and
Yep.
everybody trying to be the same that it's like the beat sound the same, the lyrics sound the same, the rhyme pattern sound the same. It's just there's no originality because you chasing some other shit trying to be popular. It's all bad all around.
Right.
So
Right.
and then once you get to I guess a certain level, right, of
Mm-hmm.
status or whatever, you get comfortable. So now you got to keep it. So now it's like, what's the next thing I got to do? What's
The
the next
addiction.
stunt to pull?
It's the
What's the
addiction
next
to the
ploy?
approval.
What's the next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Addicted to
And you can
get
call it
to
marketing, but it gets outlandish, bro. Because people get on these outlets and they start popping off at the mouth and saying this, saying that, or you
right.
calling somebody lame because they struggling in the street, but then you rap about your struggle to success, and
Right.
you
Right.
acting like there ain't some dude out there that's willing to draw down on you and take everything from you, and then
Right.
some. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotta be careful,
Mhm.
man. Like it's too much.
Well,
It's too
definitely
much.
it's
It's
it
like
and that starts to be too much on you. It's not
yeah,
too much
because
for
it's
the
a lot
world.
of pressure. Because now you looking over your
Right.
shoulder if you out there talking all that shit, right? When your ass
Right.
know you ain't really about that life. You over
Right.
here, now you hiring security. You wonder why you getting broker and broker because you got to handle. It's like it starts piling up, bro. It's like the gunny sack, right? You just
Mhm.
start loading shit in, and eventually
Yeah,
you
it's
ain't
too
going
much to
nowhere.
do. Yeah, you unload it up too much. Now you got to go out there and unload it and figure out what you really need,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
what's a necessity, so you don't get burnt out. And that's the
Yeah.
same thing. You're gonna burn
Yeah.
yourself out. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So hold on, man. We got more coming through here. Um, Bambo Pod. He says my favorite rapper from the South is K Reno. Salute, Soldier Slim, Gangsta Nip, J
Snap.
Engineer, and Blood Raw. Now I don't know much about Blood Raw, so I'm gonna tap in
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have to do my research on Blood
Yeah.
Raw. But like I said, I'm a K Reno head, Soldier Slim. I like some of his stuff, a lot of his stuff actually. Gangsta Nip, man, salute, rest in peace. And Jay Engineer, and them. I'm on them, but I'm not familiar with Blood Raw. Maybe heard some stuff, but not really familiar with it. Um, what else here? He followed that one by saying, "I just subscribed to your channel, man." Dude, salute on that
Yeah.
one, right?
Appreciate that,
Bro.
bro.
Like, we really, really do appreciate you tapping in and doing all of that. Um, and let me go ahead. This is for you, my guy. Salute to you, man. Big ups, man, because that in this world, man, that's like I said, we're not chasing that. We're organic as it comes. So we really appreciate that. And let me finish up here. It says, your channel real, recognize real. Keep up the good work y'all doing. Salute, man. And definitely we're gonna have to check you out and follow you and tap into yours as well, man. If you could drop us some more information on like when you drop your lives, if you do, you know what I'm saying, so that way we can tap in on one of your lives or so. But checking out the channel, man, you can promise my word that I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying, peep you out, brother, sister, fam, bam, all of that.
Yeah. I keep saying bro and shit. It's like
I
it'd
know I
be a
don't. Definitely. So, and that's not to exclude any one person. You know what I'm saying? We gather them all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father of all. So, yep,
Bamboo podcast.
sons,
On right
daughters,
here.
all of that. So, yep, I was do the same thing, my guy, but just letting it keep rolling here. Back to the topic at hand, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to look beyond your personal health risk as well as your brand and business risk as well. So, last topic on this part is the ethical and reputational risk, right? That's another risk because when you're doing things that aren't really ethical, you know what I'm saying, just for your reputation could be at stake, but not only your brands and everything else, man. So it's encompassing it all, man. Your integrity gets compromised with drama, lies, clickbait. It starts to destroy friendships, relationships, business
Yeah.
shit, all of that, man. Because not everybody is cool with all of that stuff. It might work for the viral. It might get you the whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying, to go viral. It might get you all of that, but you'll end up feeling once again no fulfillment. Right? There's no loyalty there because the next person that comes up with something, guess what? Pew, they're over there checking it out, right? So
Yep.
it's a food court. You can't have
Ooh,
feelings in a food court.
look.
Yeah,
And
you can't have
Costco and shit sampling everything, right?
everything. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's like going to the dispensary. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When they got vendors, man. So it's definitely something that you want to you know keep in the back of your mind. There are risks to doing this, man. So we are going to take another quick break, real quick. Stay tapped in, stay tuned. You owe it to yourself, and we'll be right back, y'all.
Hey, I'm on my grown man, talking everything I do. Glass tip the blunt and sipping on the Fresca too. DMP's the crew, LA Clipper hat and hoodie too. Double SR since day one, my whole catalog's the proof. Been doing what I wanna do, rock what I want to. Stop that I won't do, pop back on Pro Tools. Body in the paint, NBA like it old school. Pomona bread, north side of jumping out the old school. On these with B's and C's, OGs roll through. R.I.P. Big Steve and my dukes, I miss and love you. My little twos turned into foes, watching my every move. Swerving in and out of them lanes, making them Cali moves.
Welcome back, y'all. We'll get this all figured out one day, one time we'll get it all right. There we go. Blah 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 blah. Welcome back, man, to another The Session Live with Doc Bad. This is Chef D, man. Shout out to everybody.
Oh,
If you
baby.
didn't know, stay tapped in. You owe it to yourself. And
Yeah.
if you ain't heard, you better listen because that single is out right now. Doc Madness on my own. Go check it out. Sweatshoprecordings.com. Plethora of music for you to enjoy. videos, free stuff that's out there as well, man. So go tap in, man. So um, definitely. So the next part here, what we're gonna go before we move on. Let's see here. We got another one from him. It says, when you sign to label, make sure to keep your master. Just to let you know, my guy, you are right. For all of those out there, man, if you need to sign to a label, not when, but if you need to sign to a label, you make sure that you try to keep control of your masters, man. The money is in the masters. All they talk about is stream money, publishing, royalties. But when you own your masters, you get a broader, bigger chunk that doesn't touch and tap into. That'll be a whole nother deep dive into one of our sessions here. I'm glad he did bring that up because there's a big, misconstrued conception, because you hear a lot of the big wigs say, "Hey, I sold my masters," right? They're selling their catalogs. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind this, so he does make a great point there. But once again, you don't always need to go ahead and sign to a label. That would be something else that I would also indulge in making sure people are aware of. But there's a lot to go with that. So if you're a lazy artist, go get you a deal, bro. Go get you a deal. And that's not to say deals are bad. I'm not saying that it's only for lazy artists. So don't, twist my words in that, because, I'm saying whatever it takes for you to get your music there. And if somebody's going to say, hey, this, that, and the third to help you get there, and here's what we could do for you, and you feel is beneficial to your situation, by all means, as long as you know what you're saying yes and what you're saying no to. Once you got those two things or all of that in place, man, definitely you good, because now you know how to move. Okay, I might have to go ahead and do this, but by doing that, I'm going to be able to make these moves as well. So, power move it. So shout out to, once again, to Fambo Podcast, because that's a great, definitely point to be made. So right now, what we're going to do is go into the next segment of this, or next part of this segment, for the new age artist, basically type of strategy. And I am real timing this because, like I said, man, my catalog, it goes way back, man. I'm what you guys would call an old head in this. But a new head in this world of content creation, podcasting. It's just, D and I, man, we just naturals at everything we do, so it comes easy, right? Libra, Libra gang,
baby.
All right, so let's be real, right? Being a 2025, what does that mean? It means being more than just a musician. Let's call it what it is, man. You actually, you don't even have to have any type of love for it to or even know any type of musical talent, instrument knowing musician type of background. So it's crazy, man, because your brand, you're a storyteller, you're a business, you're everything encompassed, man. A content creator, you're everything that falls under the spectrum that you can't leave anything unturned. Let's see here. I missed the CD era. I want to see who will you write the song. Oh yeah, definitely. You want to know who wrote the songs. You want to know all the credits. That was the joy and the love of everything, man, because that's the thing people don't realize. Some of their favorite artists don't even write the songs, right? So that's funny how people will be upset at AI, but sometimes it's
A lot of
people
your
really
favorite
write.
artists are not writing their songs.
Right, exactly.
A
So
lot of your singers out there are not writing their own songs.
they're not.
You
They're
have a
not.
lot that do. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot that know how to write, and some write and put it all together, right?
Right,
But bro, no, not really.
right,
There's a group. There's a group of people in the room somewhere
right,
creating this song and pitching it to you to
right,
see if you'll like it. You know what I mean? So
right.
yeah. So a lot of times it's
Yeah, those credits, man, they were
right.
extensive. And I think that takes away a great point once again, because it takes away from everybody on the team, right? Just like us, we talk about the team. The team is you and I, right? Like, I mean, of course, when it comes to things of that nature, it's
Yeah.
you and I. Like we do the editing, we do the you name it, we're doing it. There's nobody that we could test. So it's gonna be our credits. But when you start to get into other things and other aspects, like if you start looking into my music, you're gonna see extensive credits, whether
Yeah.
they're all me or whether my team, our label, and so forth, right? So
Yeah.
that's important, and especially for to the Fanbo podcast makes a great point because that's where vinyl came in. I was big on that. I wanted to pull the sleeve out. I wanted to see what surprises was I gonna see when you pull the
Yeah.
sleeve out, and if it had the lyrics on it, it tell you who wrote the song, who did the drums,
Hey,
who did the
that's what I
mix,
was into, bro.
right, right.
That was my thing,
Baby,
Brian. Like, hey, who wrote this? Who helped write this? Who might have had a piece? Like, you know what I mean? All of that. Hey, who played this? Because
mhm.
like with Too Short, Short had live instruments.
Live, yeah,
So,
yeah,
you're like, hey, oh, this dude played the guitar. Oh, that's that slapping ass.
right.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
Like,
and the guitar man when that's how I knew him and,
yeah, man.
Big Bass Brian and these individuals because when you hear you like I said, man, you give Dr. Dre all the credit for stuff, and then what happens is you've come to find out that there's other people that were involved.
Hitman,
You
Daz,
understand? Right,
like
right.
all these other people are involved in this,
Yeah,
man.
DJ Quick, who did the
DJ,
engineering for a
my
lot of
God.
Death Row stuff, man. So,
A lot
and
of
like
some of the greatest albums y'all got out there. Quick has been behind it, man, especially on the West Coast.
definitely,
And not
to
to
this
mention
point,
other areas as well. Because
oh man, there's
yeah,
live sound, all stuff that doesn't even get credit, right? So there's
yeah,
so many different things that go into this. Once again, Babyface wrote for a lot of artists. You are definitely
bro.
right on
I
with
got
that.
to see Babyface, bro. It was a New Edition concert,
Hmm.
2016, something like that, right?
Hmm.
Babyface is not headlining, but he's performing.
Right.
Why he sung everybody that was at the show, bro. He sung all their hits. And you know what he said? He said, I know what y'all thinking, but I wrote all this shit.
Right.
And we was like, yeah, he did. He did. He got the right to sing him, right? Like,
Right.
I wrote all these hits. I was
Mhm.
like, we kind of
That's
looked at
true.
each other, being over, like, yeah, he right.
Yeah.
He said he did. He was like, shit. He said they can sing him later.
Right. And when you look at a lot of old music, man, you'll see that Prince, he was another one, man. Prince wrote so much music for people. And didn't even when he sung on songs, he said he didn't even want the credit in the
For
album.
his day and the
You just
time.
knew that was you were like, that's Prince.
That's
You knew it.
Prince,
You
yeah.
heard it. Like, come on, that's
Yep.
Prince, right? But you
Hey, the
look at it, there's
time
no
he
credits
wrote
there.
all that. He wrote all they shit.
Right.
That was,
Right. Yeah, he created Morris Day, bro. He
yeah,
told him
yeah,
to be. So
yeah. He
that's what I'm
taught
saying.
Jimmy Jam and them how to do shit and like rock a show and still
Right,
be able to play and all that shit, man. That
right.
dude was something different, and he didn't fuck with you if you didn't own your own masters.
Right. And that's another thing. So when you look at and hear them talk, they try to make it sound like they were crazy. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it sound like when he finally understood talking about Prince and talking about, hey, this industry, this is what they're doing. Then Michael Jackson, same thing, right? These people start understanding once they get in this industry, man, it's bigger than just being able to enjoy and do music. So um
Hmm.
yeah, unfortunately, right? So what do we have here?
Yeah.
Dangerous Dame wrote the song Short But Funky for Too Short. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I did not know that.
That's a
That
dope ass song though. So
that
Dangerous Dame was no joke too. So shit,
right. That's all I'm about
like
to say.
you know what
It
I'm
makes
saying?
sense. It makes logical sense
Yeah,
because
yeah,
once again, I didn't know that, but man, this is the reason why I love doing what we do, bro. And
yeah.
this is more information that I'm been blessed with to put in my arsenal and my historian of being
And
in this
and
music.
what's crazy is sometimes certain songs that people write aren't really for them.
Of course.
I mean, even when they create the song thinking
Easy
it's for
like Sunday
them,
morning.
right? But it's like,
I always tell this story, man. Easy like Sunday morning, man. That song took 7 years to find the right person to sing it. After
see,
major like people that we've known, it went through them. They sung it, and the person, nope, until they came across Smokey. You know what I'm saying? So
See?
it's just
See?
it's one of those.
And music is timeless, so it doesn't matter
Right,
when you put it out. As long as you have it, it sounds the way you want it to sound when you put it out.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's the thing. We don't do that anymore. There
Nah.
is nobody that says, nah, you know what? Because everybody says, oh, I like it. And I like what it sounds like. So I can put it out. You can't stop me. See, that's the gate that we jump over when we talk about gatekeeping that we've talked about in the past. This is how it derives now into the point of being just, man, you're being watered down. Everything is just being so bland. You're taking the taste away from everybody. It's very few people that are, unless you really enjoy music, like people don't really listen to music like that no more. It's just ambiance music. Like I remember, I would tell people in D, I don't know if you remember, but when you got in my car, there was shut the fuck up. You're not, don't
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to
We
me.
ain't talking, bro.
We're
We're
really
not even
listening.
talking. The music gonna be loud enough to where we ain't gonna hear each other anyway.
Right, that's what I'm
We just
saying.
be
So
like,
it's
listen to
it's
this
always
one.
like wanna
Listen
talk,
to this.
wanna be on their phones and all that. Like, nah, get the hell out, man. Like this is vibe time.
Yep,
But
yep. That's
it,
always been like that.
it's ambiance music now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not in the forefront. But we could change that. It's not too far gone. We could
No,
change that by
no.
standing up and as consumers of the music. For one, we got to understand that by you paying the subscription fee, and I'm not going to harp too much of that, but that's where it begins. Stop just paying for a subscription fee and just thinking that all of the music that you receive is worth $10 or $15 or whatever the hell it is that you're doing. Start diving into more of the artists outside of that streaming platform. It's great when you need something, you drive it to, you don't know, you're getting fed new stuff. Hey man, awesome. I salute that for what it is. But man, take a minute, just like what we told gentlemen or Fanbo podcast, right? Is that I'm gonna go check out those artists that I don't know much about, Blood Raw. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Okay, I don't
yeah.
that's new to me, but when it comes on a list like that, I'm definitely gonna be like, hey, hey, the person got it like that in that realm of music for a reason, right? And so I'm gonna go check it out. So that's what I'm saying. People dive deeper into more of the individual stuff than just, hey,
Look
I
like
heard it on Spotify,
look
right?
like the
So
catalog going back to 2008.
okay, see another that's a catalog. And
From what I'm
well,
seeing right here, I see all the top albums.
okay,
2008 is that first. Look like that first one.
all right. Now let me let
Steady
me let me let me
ever
speak
since.
on that because catalog I think is being misused as well. Because when I say a catalog, I mean a catalog over a period of time.
Time. Yeah,
Time.
yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
key element, right? Um, I think some
And
people
is
take that
consistency in there with that?
not necessarily because sometimes you can, as an artist, and it happened to us as a label, right, where we hit a spot where there was a lot of friction going on, so you have to kind of like reset things, and that's who knows how long of a span that is. So if you look at our catalog, you're going to see a window of time that we weren't really releasing that much music, if anything, right? So it took us to upright the ship and get whatever it is that we had going on and things figured out so that way we can move properly. Now, we're not that big, but we did have a roster and we did have a lot of music. So I can only imagine it's easier to release stuff when you're bigger and you have a plethora. It doesn't make it seem like
Yeah,
you're late, but as an artist, I don't think as long as it's over a period of time and it's it's how can I say it? I'm not gonna say like because when I say a period of time, people are like, well, what does that matter, right? A period of time because right now you can drop a lot of music from January to January. You could drop 30 albums, but in that, how much of that is gonna be repetitive versus how much of that is gonna be because you have new experiences, new things to write about, right? Nobody really writes about the old stuff the same stuff. It's an evolution. That's why when people say, "Oh, how come they ain't doing this no more?" It's, man, because they evolved. Tech Nine's music ain't the same music when he was doing it with Nut House, when he was first dropping Angelic, when he first dropped that stuff. Right? Oh shit! Speaking of dropping shit, I just dropped my water everywhere. Give me a second, my guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, man, but what artist got both of y'all in the rap? Um, man, that's gonna take us. That's taking us back to like early mid '80s. So you're looking at like we was growing up watching like Beat Street and Breaking and all that. So you talking about LL Cool J, Run DMC, Fat Boys, Cool Mo D, uh, man, uh, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions. Uh, there were so many, man. That's like, I mean, my favorite rapper, personally, me is Ice Cube. That's my that's my favorite rapper right there. Um, so and his what made him my favorite was a song off of the NWA Straight Outta Compton album called "I Ain't the One," and that was the joint that. And then that's what got me into reading credits as well because I remember Easy E saying, Ice Cube write the rhymes that I say, and I was like, hold up, that's some pimp shit right there because you just made a motherfucker say that he writes your rhymes. And so that's when I really got into reading credits on albums because I wanted to know who was writing what. So that's how but yeah, as far as the artist, it was man, is that early '80s, or mid '80s with your Def Jams and all that. That's what got you know,
Okay. Well, for me,
and Rodney
I'm
Ojo
gonna
Cooley. Can't forget them, Mixmaster Spade. You know what I'm saying? But
right. My early artist that got me into rapping and listening to rap, um, like as a favorite at the early age was Coogee Rap. That was my guy. Like Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, that whole clique right there, man. That Juice Crew. Like I thought that was the shit. Marley Marl, all of them, man, they was the shit, man. As far as that started to gravitate, like I said, the Joe Coolies, DJing the more mixed master spade, that sound because it was more West Coast,
yeah,
that kind of stuff that started gravitating Ice T.
King T.
But of course, yeah, King T. These individuals really started to grasp my ear. But like I said, Steady B, MC Shans, like I said, these early era
KRS-One,
MCs, of course, BDP. You know what I'm saying? At that time, there was
EPMD. You know what I'm saying? You got Eric and
so
Perry, man. Like
this
so,
this
yeah.
definitely caught me at an early age on my ear, and what had me listening to it, and I would literally sit there and rewrite their damn songs. Like that's how much I was like, wow, bro. Like Dana Dane. Like
Oh yeah,
I was like, dude, this is
Dang the
crazy.
fame.
Hold on,
Yeah, he was off the
let me
hook
sit
with it.
down and
Slick Rick,
let me see
one of the
how
greatest storytellers
write,
ever.
how this is sounding and how this even becomes to this art form. So, motorcycle Mike, what is it? Motorcycle Mike, Too Short, Rakim, Slick Rick, Criminal Mike. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know who Motorcycle Mike is, but I'm gonna say since he's down there, I don't know if you know Mr. Mike. I know that was big in the, saying Mr. Mike and um, out in that way, A-Ball and JGs, even though
JG.
they're not from Texas, they're more Tennessee and Memphis out that way. But I'm saying they had that sound. They still
Yeah.
had that vibe that gave us that. So man, we can go on and on and on talking about some
On and
music.
on, yeah.
Rewrite
I
their
was like,
songs.
man,
Wow.
UGK, like
What we got here? Rewrite their songs is wild. Love it. Yeah. He rides a motorcycle.
got jokes.
Here
Got
we are,
jokes.
huh? Here we
Yo,
are.
bro. Yo.
That we gotta love it, y'all, man. Keep it coming, man. Keep us staying up with the world out here, man. Definitely.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure. For sure.
but just real quick, back on the topic at hand for the artistry and where it's at now, just so that way we don't lose too many people, and I don't want to give them like it's more to it than just being an artist, that you have to stay in constant promo cycle, that your brand should never go silent. It depends on what's going on with you. It's true you shouldn't, because it's so much harder. It's like, think about this. This is the way I kind of explain it to individuals. Its momentum is like this: when a car's on has a flat, or loses, runs out of gas, let's say that, and you, hey, can you guys help me and get it pushed over here? The first thing we tell people is like, man, don't push the brake. Like, once you get going, you don't want to hit the brake, right? Because now it's hard to get it going again. So you definitely want, it's the same thing. You don't want to slow down and hit the brakes on your career, because it does take a lot more to get it going. So you
Yeah.
definitely want to go ahead and try to not go silent and go dark, with your talent, with what you got going on in your postings and so forth. And especially nowadays, it's easy to get buried, because there's so much stuff that's flying across. Like, I know sometimes we could drop something, and I'll be like, "Did you see it?" And he'd be like, "Nah, bro, I didn't." Like, it, even if you get a notification, because you're getting so many other notifications, it gets buried. Like, your phone can only display so much to let you
Yeah.
notify that it's right before it starts giving you numbers. And now you got to figure out if it's in there or not. So,
Is it necessary? Do I need all of these?
right.
Motorcycle Mike.
Motorcycle Mike, he only made
Yeah.
one song in 1981. Oh, okay. I wonder, is that some is there a reason for that? Like, did he have a shortcoming? Did, he just chose, hey, one song was good enough, or who knows, right? So I'm gonna have to look into
Yeah.
that one as well. I never heard of Motorcycle Mike. So shout out for, once again, Fambo Podcast, for dropping some more jewels on us. Now, what you want to do here also is, you also want to reward your support nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
before, our us being rewarded, it really wasn't. It was the music that was good enough for us, right? Um, Nowadays, though, you got to give free stuff. It's not, once again,
What you gonna give
more,
me to listen to your shit?
it's more than just the music, and that's where it's at. And we got to get back to at least a even playing field, to where people could understand that, hey, man, it's not like the value of music has decreased so much,
Oh
man.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like, people think it's free, because it's with AI. It seems like it's easier to make. Even without AI, it is easier to make than it used to be.
Mhm.
Before, you had to go and block out studio time, get an engineer,
Save up for it.
save up for it, right? And you know what I'm saying? It was like I said, man, 10-hour block rates at a time. And these studio sessions were anywhere between, on the low end, you can look and get somebody that's saying, hey, you know what, I'll hook you up for 25 or 35 an hour. But normally the going rate was anywhere between 50 to 75 an hour.
Yeah.
You
That
do
low
them
one is because it's the
10
homie.
hours,
And you
you're only gonna probably get one or two songs done, and that ain't even mixed. That's just recording and
it's
tracked.
yep. Yep. And you in and out. You better have your shit down too.
Right, right. And once again, and if you're signed and you're going into their studios, the rate just went up to about 150 to $200 an hour.
Yeah.
So, and then you get that on the invoice. So
Hey, the
all of
bigger the label, the more they charging you. Yeah.
that, right. And that's
They
another thing,
charging.
right? Um,
It's coming
you
out your pocket too.
record your album and send it in. Like, you'll hear older artists saying that, yeah, like that EPMD is good for this. They'll say, yeah, that album was our demo. They just took it and they loved it and put it out. And other people's like, yeah, I shot the demo and then they had us recut that same song in their studio. So
Yeah.
there's different ways and different means on how things progress. So anyway, right here and nowadays, what I'm saying, you have to go ahead and invest and deserve. The fans deserve that, they feel that there's something to give back. Um, Merch discounts, personal shout outs, live chats, that kind of stuff, doing drops for your project. So it's definitely something.
Yeah.
Motorcycle Mike, Super Rat. That's the name of the song. So, okay. Shout out. Thanks, man. Super Rat. I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and check that out a little bit later on. But you definitely want to keep mystery nowadays, which is very hard, because everybody's involved in everything. But you definitely will try to keep some mystery. That is one of the things that you don't want to give the world everything. You want to control more of your narrative and what they know. And once again, that's also, I believe, that part of not giving them every part of what you're doing. Like, you should be very selective at what you put out and not chase the algorithm, because they say you have to push 5 posts, 3 reels, you know what I'm saying, 2 lives,
Bro,
whatever the damn parameters and stuff is, man.
however you do it, yep. And then you got to worry about how much it costs, how many posts you need to put out there, and
Right.
it starts costing the post. It's costing the, like, man.
Everything costs. Everything's
Yeah.
gonna cost, man, because
And how bad do you want it, right?
right. Well, that
To
part.
go broke.
That
But I'm
part.
gonna show you a persona of me balling out of control, fly
Doing the
shit
most.
everywhere.
Most.
But when you turn the camera off and no one see the other camera that's posted up here getting the real life shit, seeing you struggling and crying and shit, because you should figure out how you gonna pay bills.
Right. And it's a
Bro.
real life that these people are doing it all the time. When
Yeah.
if you ever hear these people, like right now, my Instagram, right? I've been battling with these people for how long, man? This is an ongoing story. If
Bro,
y'all
it's
probably
been,
even know it as well as we do now, right?
hey, I done
So,
moved out of state and back in the state, and he's still,
right. So it's
still
like,
been going
you-
through it. Shit.
can you imagine? Can you imagine if that channel was making, like, let's bring it in 10,000 a month? You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by when you follow an algorithm and you follow that algorithm's platform and you depend upon it, they have control. They don't give 2 shits about the reason why they turned it off. And if you try to get it turned back on, you better have connections to the inside, because you ain't dealing with no real person. You ain't dealing with no real email. All it is going
Nope.
to some damn shit that is going to respond to you or not. So
Yep.
anyhow, that's not my rant for tonight. We're going to take a quick break and come back and start tying up the show here, because time is getting short. So grab that water that I just spilled. And it'll be right back, man. Loving it.
Just getting back to you, I'm not new to this, I got me some projects, I ran out of my goal list, I said fuck it, I'ma hop back on this, Set small goals and kill 'em.
I do this for 80, I do this for Rose. Caution me slipping, I'm striking a pose. Karens be tripping, don't know how it goes. I never like violence, I got me a pole. Brown Mexican on my eyes, they stay low. She like how I'm stepping, I saw her, she froze. I step in the game, don't like what I see. I work plenty jobs, I know how it goes. Ain't signing no line, I do this for fun. I work at my pace, control my speed. I'm getting the bag, don't wanna be king of the city. I wanted the cash, just throwing that bag. You fools looking foolish, you dressing in whack. Just throw the human and throwing the trash. Been getting money, I been getting stabs. I check on my fitness, I know where I'm at. I've been out the way, I've been out the way. I keep my nose clean, don't care what they say. I've been out the way, I show my own things, I got my own pay. I've been out the way, I post what I want, I do what I say. I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way. I'm just getting started, I'm thanking the Lord. I'm feeling like Henry with the Ford. I'm dipping in Chevy, you know how it goes. I look in the mirror, I strike me a pose. I do this for Cardo, I'm slamming that door. I've been doing me, I'm stacking that dough. Yo ho acting friendly, she back of the rose. I'm loving that friendship, I'm licking the toe. Bitch looking bad, she know how it goes. We fucking the car and spending no bread. She asked for a name, I said I don't know. I do my little dance and I'm back on the road. Fuck all them hooks, I do as I please. I thread my own thing, I'm back on my shit. P800, I'm doing my thing. Ain't playing no ball, but I fuck with the hoop. I've been out the way, I've been out the way. I keep my nose clean, don't care what they say. I've been out the way, I show my own things, I got my own pay. I've been out the way, I post what I want, I do what I say. I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way. They calling me crazy, I know what I do. She writing her journal, she making amends. She think like my swear that that's GSM. She say I'm like silk, she like how I move. I'm hitting the spot, you know when you do. Me dice me quiere, le dije también. I like how she moves, she stay out the way. I been getting cheddar, I'm clapping the cheeks. I love me a woman, her hair to her toes. Loving that cash, it feels like the Rocky on top of the globe. Pussy, money, weed, hugs of all he need. I'm writing my blueprint, I feel like Jay-Z. Call me a taco, I'm baking your bean. Your girl acting friendly, she look like a fiend. I've been in the lab, I call it the kitchen, I'm cooking that dough. I've been out the way, I've been out the way. I keep my nose clean, don't care what they say. I've been out the way, I saw my own things, I got my own pay. I've been out the way, I post what I want, I do what I say. I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way, I've been out the way.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I just oh shit.
Goddamn,
My bad.
Tag. Yep.
Oh,
Shout
man.
out. Hawker
Yeah,
Mill.
yeah.
Work in Silence 999.com. Go check them out, man. Good music there.
Definitely.
Good music there.
That young dude is doing it, man. He getting
Yeah,
in all
man.
avenues and aspects of getting it. He out there getting it. Salute to him.
Hey, man, tap in. That's another person, man, that's putting in, everything where it needs to be and lining things right on up to be successful, man. Wish him all the
Yeah.
best. He'll be coming on here soon. He's got a lot of things that he's trying to transcend into. So once he gets all of that taken care of. But I know one thing I can say, in between all of that, he's finding times to keep dropping videos. I know he just did something over the weekend. I think
Okay.
it was, I forget the title of it, but he said he was done with it. He's just got to wait for getting the visual and everything. So salute, man. I got some tracks for you too, Hawker Mill. It's all done. So I got everything ready. I got to send out to you and GB. So I got things ready, man. Things is ready. Let's go ahead and press on so we can get out of here, man. Call it a night. The next part here is just basically just some gems that we just want to drop and spread to people, man. And it's basically, don't give clout all your attention. Give connection and connecting with people, your fans, more of your attention, right? The longevity, man. Like D has mentioned time and time again throughout just this show, and we mention all the time, is that um those fans, those people, man, no matter how many it is, if it's 1 fan, 5 fan, 10 fans, you can listen to multiple. Tech Nine has a story about performing just for 7 fans, and 5 of those people came with the crew. So it's one of those situations that don't matter what, you treat those fans like they're everything. You treat them special. And that's what he had alluded to. He said that they made it even more special for those few fans that night.
Yeah.
So you can always step up and let that be, your what you do and how you respond to these obstacles that are gonna happen. You're not always gonna sell out every show. Not everybody's
Yeah.
that privileged, right? So it's gonna happen. But you can respond. You might only have, like, bro, like us, we are organically growing 1 subscriber at a time, and we love it, man. We send the information back and forth to each other, the small accolades, and we high five and it's hoorah, because it's special.
Yeah.
It's special. That one person means a whole lot. Just like
Yep.
Fanboy Podcast, that means a lot to us
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
person didn't have to take their time out. Even, what I'm saying, Shawana, right? She ain't even got to take the time out. She can go roll over and be like, man, the hell with y'all, right? So it's definitely appreciated amongst everybody who takes a moment and think about that for the people that do tap into your music. So give them something that they can relate to. And don't measure your art by who likes it. Measure it by who feels it, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on over to D to have any last words, and then we'll go ahead and do a quick speed fire round and be out.
Express yourself. Right? Ain't
Mhm.
that what NWA said? Express yourself. Express yourself. Fuck
Mhm.
everybody else, man. Express yourself. Because if you don't, you're gonna have some, you might have some regrets, right? Like, what did Dr. Mr. Gucci say? He said, if you go, you gotta put your whole effort into whatever that dream is, right? you got to chase it down. You can't just chase it. You got to hunt that motherfucker, right? You got to hunt
Right.
it down. You got to because your goal is to not just catch it, but to, you know what I'm saying? It's more than that. It's more than chasing, I should say. It's catching
Right.
it, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if you don't, you
Right.
got to put your effort in so you don't have no regrets, man. Be like, hey, I did it my way. Okay, maybe it didn't work the way it did for so and so, but as long as you are progressing and getting better at what you're doing and you're loving it, enjoying it, that's the success, man. The success is in your really in your heart and your soul on how you feel. How does it make you feel? I
Right.
mean, at the end
Right.
of the day, that's what it's you know. And I did it. At least I tried, right? Because
Right.
most of the people that be talking shit ain't got an artistic bone or anything in they, but they just they
Right.
just on here hating anyway. So
Right.
it's crazy. That's just on anything. And so I
That's
think some people are even okay with accepting that I can get you to say a lot of hateful shit just so I can get them clicks and them,
of course.
you know
Of
what
course.
I mean? So
Negativity always brings attention.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So it just kind of
That's for sure.
it's a thin line between all of that, man. Gotta have some
Man,
control.
as we always do, man.
Yeah,
As
be
we
nice and love
always
somebody, man. Be nice to
hmm
somebody you don't know. Shit.
be nice to
Even if you
somebody.
don't want to be nice to them, shit.
Right.
Suck it the
Be
fuck
ni-
up and be nice.
be
Shit.
nice
I
to
be
the
doing it all
weirdo.
the time.
There
I
you
do it.
go.
I do it a
Mhm.
lot. I be wanting to fucking explode some days on the inside.
Right. But what we do need
Okay,
more
how you doing?
is nicety. Like
Yeah,
Michelle
we do.
Lay says, we
Do.
need
You
some
gotta be nice.
nicety in our lives, right?
You gotta be nice. Yeah. You gotta be nice. You ain't
Yep.
gotta give a fuck to be nice. Just be nice.
Yeah, man. Well, it'll
Just
be
play.
it just makes everybody's day go a lot easier, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it just
Even when somebody
everybody
is
gets
mean to you,
that's
just
what I'm
be nice.
saying. Even if then
Like,
sometimes you gotta find the nice out of you to
yeah,
just
you
make
gotta
it
just
that way
laugh
everybody
sometimes.
gets
Laugh
to
that shit
their
off.
point of destination. Because
Laugh
when
it
when
off.
when the conflict appears or it happens, or whenever that little spark where you got to kind of decide, it's normally both people are en route somewhere. You ain't normally at the same location where y'all both were destined to be, right? So just think
Yeah.
about that. If you're on your way home, just think about that. Getting home,
Yeah.
man.
Hey
Get
man,
with
you
your
get cut
kids,
off
your wife, the food.
on the way home.
Yeah,
Whoever it was probably gotta go boo boo, man. They in the rush, bro. They cheeks is
right.
clenched. That's what I say when I
But
say
then
I hate
but let me
you.
speak to the person whose ass is clenched and the starfish is puckered, right? So
Yeah,
let me talk to that person. Think about that too. Man, that other person don't know. So
yeah,
when you doing what you doing, be considerate as
exactly.
well. So
It go
it
both
goes
ways.
see, that's what I'm saying. That's where it all ties in. And that's why D and I are blessed to be where we're at to remind us of all of that, right? So that way when you go
Sir.
to bed tonight, man, have good thoughts on your mind. If you're waking up
Yeah,
and you're watching this before your day starts, say some good words to yourself in the mirror. And if you're watching this in between your day, man, and hopefully just think about all the positive things that you're headed forward to when you get to your destination. That way, that covers our whole day. It covers every aspect, and that way, you know what I'm saying. Let's try that, man, and see how well that works. So anyway, man, this is Doc Madness. Follow us on Sweatshop Recordings and things of that nature. Subscribe, keep up with all our things of that nature segments. We got unfiltered convos, what's in your playlist, don't not stupid, putting something good in your belly, unfiltered convos, the session live, Sports Talk Wednesdays live, what's strain of the day. Man, keep it
yeah,
coming, right? So
yeah.
we
We got
we
a lot.
definitely staying busy for you guys, and we got more stuff, man. More stuff in store. Don't forget,
You could check me
new
on Left
single.
Coast Kings, but I've been
My bad.
slacking on my Macking.
That's
Nah, I've
it,
been
man.
slacking, bro. I got GB got on
I
my
know.
neck the
I
last
know he
time
did.
about it was like I
I
need
know
more
he did.
content, bro. And I've been like,
Yep.
for sure. So
Yep.
I gotta get on it. I got a little folder of some shit over here that says it
Yep.
needs to be edited. So yeah, I gotta get on it.
Hey, man,
I
we
gotta get on
staying
it, bro.
busy. It's coming. It's in
Yeah,
store. Let's get it out, man. So that
yeah,
way we ain't trying to keep nothing vaulted, man. We're gonna be like Prince, right? Release everything that we can.
yeah,
Remember
yeah.
the new single video, Doc Madness on my own. It's everywhere.
Oh,
Go ahead and I'm not saying stream it up for the streamers. I'm just saying stream it to enjoy it to yourselves, man. Maybe it can put a joy and smile on your face and it helps your peoples out, right? Also
you know it.
subscribe, share, like, comment. Shout out to Fanbo Podcast, about to tap in there, seeing things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We should be subscribing to that soon and shortly. And anybody else, man, see, we welcome it all, man. Come on. And Fanbo, come tap in. Get on here, man. Let's talk. We ain't got to type it always. So, you know what I'm saying? Come on, jump on. We
Yeah,
throw the link to
click
you,
that
man.
link.
Tap in. You know what I'm saying? Every Sunday we on live at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard. And we on Sports Talk Wednesdays live 1 p.m. Standard. So catch us, man. Wednesdays or Sundays. Real quick, man. Speed round. I got a couple questions
Let's
for you,
go.
man. I like this. You ready, man? Remember,
I'm
all
ready.
y'all remember, we know this is a speed round. Take quick. It's quick answers, no hesitation. So I got a few ones right here. First artist who taught you authenticity matters.
KRS-One.
What's your strongest fan connection story?
I think meeting LL Cool J. I don't know. I was doing security, and he
Okay.
was like, "Where's security at? I want to meet meet the guys protecting me." And he came up and he shook everybody's hand, and I was like, "Damn, that's really you know what I'm saying? That was respect." Yeah,
Dope.
something like
So,
that.
one platform you delete tomorrow and why?
Platform I would delete tomorrow.
Mhm.
And why?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I guess maybe TikTok or X. I don't be really using them.
Sounds
They're
good to
just
me.
taking up space on my phone, I think, right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Last one here, man. What favorite artist who stays off social media but still wins?
Favorite artist that stays off social media? Well, shit. Honestly, they all on social media.
Nope.
I mean, for the
They're
most
not.
part,
I can name two right now that's winning and they don't be on social media like that. Eminem and Kendrick Lamar.
yeah, you're right. That's two. I would have that is two. Because I'm like, well, I'm thinking Cube and I'm like, nah, they
Okay,
always
yeah.
on. Like, no,
Yeah,
they
they always
on. I just
them
quick,
two, I don't be
everybody.
seeing at all unless it's at a function or somebody posting about them. That's the only
Yeah,
time I see it, bro. For Kendrick
yeah,
or
yeah.
Eminem.
You don't see them
Like,
too
they could be
much.
silent and then something drop and they win.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
win. So
You're right.
whole point of all of that is
Yeah, I
just
would have never. I couldn't think of none. I just
oh
didn't
yeah,
think.
oh
It's a
yeah.
speed round. I didn't have no time. I couldn't get a
Oh,
lifeline.
yeah.
I couldn't ask Fambo or nothing, right? Like we stuck. I'm stuck. I was
Couldn't
stuck.
tap in, huh? That's what it do.
Yeah.
All right, man. But man, another one session live in the
Hey,
books
you
with
know
things
it.
of that nature. If you ain't heard, you better listen, man. Salute. I love
Yeah.
you, my brother, and have a
Love you
great evening.
too, bro.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
yo.
Let's go.
Things of that nature.